All right. Well, today I'm able to talk with Daniel Shaw, the CEO of NodeSource.
CEO of NodeSource.
NodeSource,
right?
yeah. So we had a new announcement about NodeSource this right here at JSConf.
Right.
So
just before JSConf, we announced a new company.
So tell me all about it. That's all I want to hear about it.
So NodeSource exists to support a sort of the next generation of where Node's going.
Yeah.
Node has been taking over and empowering companies to really embrace the cycle time of JavaScript, and it's really fantastic to join our efforts with JSConf that represents the foundation of JavaScript.
Yeah.
If you look at where programming languages are heading in terms of trajectory, things are really moving towards JavaScript as being the foundation of everything that we do, and Node.js is the platform that powers that on the back end.
Yeah.
So over the last year and a half maybe, we've seen the enterprise begin to adopt that, and NodeSource exists to provide the products, tools, services, and education to support that, and really help drive that into the future.
Yeah, it's really it's amazing. I know watching some of the talks from Node Summit, just the breadth and the variety of companies that all of a sudden have been opening up about using Node, and the success stories they've had in a short period of time, and now all the work your team has been doing with a lot of these clients to help them to learn and to grow, and the successes at PayPal and Walmart and just so many MasterCard.
Well, we've seen the impact in the enterprise, Fortune 500 companies really looking to Node as a way to respond to the needs of end users. So a lot of enterprises have legacy systems that have been around for 5, 10, 20 years that don't evolve very quickly, but they're monoliths. They're single systems that define the entirety of their reality. But in order to respond to end users, you have your front ends that needs to change fairly rapidly. So if you can only deploy the entirety of your system once a week, twice a month, once a month, or if it takes several months, a lot of the companies that have come to us to help them understand and work with Node have there's kind of this pattern where projects that are mission critical are that have been based on the JVM are a year and a half behind schedule.
Wow.
As a JavaScript developer, that's like impossible. You don't have a project that is a year behind. There's a year in development. It's almost like, oh my God, what is going to be?
What happened?
Where are we going to be a year from now? Node allows those deployments to iterate more rapidly. And a lot of stakeholders in those situations, come to us and say, does it have to all be Node? And they assume this mono vendor culture, where there's only one solution. And in reality, the to affect positive engineering change, you don't want to just change the entire system. If you have infrastructure that works well, your APIs and stuff like that, those things evolve a lot slower. But your UI, your user experience, those things need to evolve rapidly. You may be selling the same product, but you need to respond to market forces that with a security breach that happens at a large-scale corporation.
Right.
Maybe the market interest is in solving that problem.
Right.
The product is the same, but you need to express to the market that your solution, reinforce the market that your solution is addressing that. You need to do that, within days, if not moments. And we're used to, as JavaScript developers, being able to iterate very rapidly on these concepts. Node represents a back end to those realities, so we can begin to introduce new storylines and new product lines, new product developments that that connect to the front end story very rapidly.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, you can definitely see the evolution of JavaScript, and how it's just really taken off in the last few years. And I believe it. It's very fitting to be here at JSConf, because I believe that Node was introduced here.
Node was introduced at JSConf a few
years ago. I don't know.
So having NodeSource come out at JSConf.
That's just very fitting.
It's something that's meaningful. My business partner Joe McCann and I both deep believers in JSConf as being something very important to us. I came here to Amelia Island last year, brought my family, and it's just a fantastic experience.
It is.
Not just in terms of technology, but in terms of connecting people and their entirety of what makes them tick.
Exactly.
It's been
this whole this Omni resort, the beach, the pool, all of the activities, indoor and outdoor, and just everything is just really brings people out of their shell and helps people connect, and and just something as simple as hitting a beach ball around is very, I don't know, humanizing or something, and so that's just, it's really cool. So anyway, I would love to learn more about NodeSource and all your services you're going to be offering specifically, and some of your team members that you would like to highlight and
absolutely. So we have our leadership team, myself and Joe McCann, leading NodeSource. We represent technical and business conjoined. Joe brings a level of business acumen, business understanding, and lots of experience in realistically embracing the enterprise means embracing procurement processes. There are these untouchable things that viewed from outside you don't really have to deal with, but in reality, affecting change in the enterprise really involves so many different aspects that are not purely technology related, and Joe has a phenomenal depth of experience with that, and we're able to come together with that. In addition to Joe and myself, our management team includes Rod Vag as our director of engineering. Rod is an icon in the Node community. He's created and curated the LevelDB Node base, Node database movement. That's really like his presence and ability to enable open source has been an inspiration to myself, and as a leader to our entire engineering organization. Really helps balance that. When we're approaching the enterprise, it's been amazing to see how much not just the technology of Node, but the Node way, the way you develop Node apps effectively has been meaningful, and Rod epitomizes that. So in addition to that, in the management team, we have Chris Williams, none other than Chris Williams. Mr. JSConf himself.
That's great.
Chris Williams has a phenomenal background in government and professional services. He's director of professional services.
Awesome.
And the the JSConf experience is a seamless experience to the people that come here.
Yeah.
But he has crafted that in terms of phenomenal process and letting people really enjoy what is important. And that is something that at the heart of what we bring to professional services. Really making the development process. We help companies come in and understand how to operate with Node and embrace Node. They're looking to reduce the cycle time of development. And really understanding how to operate effectively. And Chris Williams and his team take that in professional services and help bootstrap teams into being effective Node.js teams.
Awesome.
And absolutely phenomenal.
So
we beyond the management team, Node is a fundamental importance to us. Performance is a fundamental importance to us. So Trevor Norris is joining NodeSource as our core contributor and leading our efforts in maintaining, contributing to core, and connecting the business values that we have to what we need in core to move forward. And helping craft solutions that are tuned to the needs of the enterprise. And it's also a fantastic influence. Trevor's really has unique insight into what's going on at the very lowest level. Dealing with Node, and this team of experts and educators and trainers and individuals around Trevor that can take that understanding and effort that he's been doing in core and help make that a little bit more approachable, a little bit more practical. And so there's core, and then there's application layer, and sometimes those needs are different. The underlying platform needs to be micro-tuned to make sure that the layer on top of that works at the very best possible way. So connecting the team that it is also able to translate that performance first understanding and apply that at the application layer and understand when the differences are meaningful is fantastic.
I've had the opportunity of going through some pull requests with Trevor when I tried to push something to core or suggest a change, and it was awesome because by the time we iterated on this and went through some of the suggestions, it was a much better, the docs were better, the tests were better, the code was better. I mean, it was beautiful. So I can see how he'd be a great asset for the team.
So one of the things that open source brings to the enterprise that hasn't really been present in your closed source software, but even in compiled source software world, is the communication around code. So with JavaScript, the concepts of encapsulation really dissolve a bit, but they dissolve in a very positive way. So you're able to see a bit beyond the veil, beyond the API that is presented to you from upstream developers, but that allows you to become a better developer. And enabling systems that empower developers, retains developers for a greater period of time, and allows greater developer satisfaction. Seeing those worlds collide and not explode has been fantastic. Has been fantastic. I began to see the first hints last year at Node Summit of how much the Node community meant to the enterprise.
Yeah.
And it's great to see that evolve.
Yeah.
So communication around code, greater understanding, and doing something that's meaningful, connects with the developers, and helps at even at the bottom line, because the developers are doing what they love. And when an employee is happy, when a developer is happy, they're not going to go elsewhere.
They're exactly, and they're gonna feel happy. They're gonna feel more productive. They're gonna be more productive. I mean, it just kind of
they're gonna be more creative,
circle.
productive, and more interested in what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's really awesome. So that's awesome. So what else should I ask you about NodeSource that I haven't already talked about? What other things? What's coming up?
In our launch, a couple the epitome of NodeSource and what's happening, how we're evolving, is providing tools and service to the Node.js ecosystem. So 2 key components for enterprise customers. We've seen a repeated pattern that they need on-premises NPM. So it's great to see Isaac really driving forward NPM Inc. NPM Inc. is helping the explosion of packages related to Node, and supporting that, and has some fantastic offerings. We're very proud to be the premier reseller of NPM's on-premises solution.
Oh, great!
So we're offering NPM Plus that allows enterprise customers to use NPM and addresses needs for the enterprises. So you can use the 70, 80,000 packages in NPM in an intelligent way. Incorporate those components into your application, but do so in a managed way, and protect your IP. So you want your team to be working on modules, creating modules in the Node way. Small modules, focused, tested, documented, all the right ways. So you want a package managed solution. But for the needs of the enterprise, you really need something that is behind the firewall, on premises, and managed. NodeSource offers that as a launch product.
Awesome.
Beyond that, we have our second product, which is NShip. NShip is a deployment tooling that we're rolling out right now, and it allows deterministic deployments. So you create a Node application, and when you create that Node, if you start Node, you can actually rip everything out from underneath of it. And it will continue running. So you have traditional systems. You can look at what's on disk, but actually, if you change what's on disk, and you've already started your Node.js application that could run potentially even for years into the future, you need a way to understand what it is that you have deployed at any given time. So NShip offers a deterministic approach to deployment and repeatable process that you can take that that artifact is battle tests that we've gone through, our unit tests, we've gone through our integration tests, we've gone through our functional tests. This is a repeatable, deployable piece of software. We need to scale this horizontally. We can continue to take that artifact and redeploy that n number of times throughout our clusters, throughout our ecosystem, and have a consistent signature of what's being deployed.
Wow.
So gives great assurance to businesses that rely on Node to run what they're doing. And continue to scale and manage that.
That sounds really good. So, I think those are all great offerings, because I know MasterCard is really feeling some of those pain points too.
It's a consistent challenge with Node, and there's really no great definition around that. So addressing that problem is one of the key things.
That's really wonderful. Okay. Well, this has been great talking to you, getting the inside scoop with Daniel Shaw. So when are these different types of services and that available?
So you can go to NodeSource.com today and get signed up. NPM Plus and Nship are available today. Head to NodeSource.com. You'll if you haven't gone, there's a fantastic globe, and you can get to know our team. One thing that Joe and I really wanted to build when creating NodeSource is something that facilitated a global team that you can't possibly have all the experts in the field in one place. So facilitating a team that really works effectively across the world is something that we did, and it's something that's important to us. It's important to us to have time together like we've had here at JSConf, but working effectively as experts in a field we can do anywhere in the world. And so building the DNA of our company around that. Awesome. So get yourself introduced to the NodeSource team. Go to NodeSource.com and you can see our product, services, and education offerings to help your enterprise company work effectively now.
All right, great. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate you taking the time and sharing this with me at JSConf. So
I appreciate it.
It's been a wonderful talk with you, and thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right. I hope you've enjoyed this interview with Daniel Shaw, introducing his new company, NodeSource. If you would like to keep up on the latest in web developer news and training, follow me on codewins.com, where I have a podcast, blog, and video training covering Node and JavaScript. Until next time, this is Jeff Barczewski with CodeWins. Music by Audionautics.com.